We're here with Kris Fade on Virgin Radio 104.4. It's Adam and Dean. And Kris, I'm impressed. How's the jet lag? I've heard you this morning and you're sounding great. Did you ever sleep?
No, I didn't sleep, but you don't need sleep sometimes. You run on adrenaline. So I've been up, had a couple of hours sleep last night. I feel good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me, Adam.
That's awesome. Anytime. And Kris, we're going to talk about your journey, your successes, your failures. But first, we actually met before. Do you remember that moment?
I remember meeting you. I don't know the exact moment, but I do remember meeting you.
So it was at GITEX. You were giving a speech, and I was in the audience. And I remember asking you a question. This is when I just started TikTok.
Yep.
I had like 200 followers.
Yep.
Like almost nothing. And I asked you, Kris, what advice do you have about content creation? I wanted to grow, have a community. And you said, keep grinding. While you're young, you have time. And you didn't know me.
Yep.
What was the motivation behind that? Because you didn't need to help me.
Yeah.
But you just helped someone. That was so nice of you. What was that motivation behind helping someone you don't know?
I don't think there's motivation. I just like to hopefully be able to help anyone that comes up to me and asks for advice, or like you did at GITEX that day. Just want to be able to share some advice, things that I have learned over my career. You know, I think it's important. You got to pay it forward. So people paid it forward to me. I had people that used to give me advice, and now I would like to be that person where I can give advice to other people that hopefully makes them grow. So how many followers do you have now on TikTok if you had 200?
160,000 at the moment.
Woo, this guy.
So I appreciate you. And you actually followed me on stage as a support system, and that really pushed me. So a massive thank you.
Pleasure.
And the big memorable moment there was when you spoke about interviewing The Rock. You spoke about it on stage. And this stuck with me. You said immediately you broke the ice. And you told me how you did that. You said you entered with The Rock's shoes.
That's right.
And he saw that. And he was like, you got the shoes.
Yeah. It's important. Yeah. Like I always want to make sure that when we're doing an interview with someone, they do so many interviews, these guys, these big celebrities, that you want to stand out a little bit. So with The Rock, that one time, that's exactly what I did. I wore his own shoes, and recently I interviewed him from my gym, and I turned the gym into the I Am Paradise, which he has.
That's awesome.
And as soon as I walked in, he was like, man, I love you. I love what you did. He contacted me after the interview, sent me a bunch of stuff from his Rock Under Armour gear as well, which was pretty amazing. So yes, that's exactly right.
That's awesome. And you know what? Anyways, do you want a snack, by the way?
He's brought in Fade Fit, ladies and gentlemen. I would love that. I would love a little. Throw it over to me. He's brought my own snacks. See, hey, smart boy. I like it. No, but it's important to sort of break the ice where you can, especially when you're doing a number of interviews over and over again.
100%. And Kris, you do lots of different things. Especially now, let's talk about Fade Fit.
Yeah.
You used to weigh 128 kilos.
That's right. Good research.
I can't believe that. That's crazy. And you started Fade Fit as a healthier option for kids. So has your fitness transformation inspired the creation of your Fade Fit snacks?
Yeah, like I think after, getting healthier and just realizing that putting health first is the most important, Fade Fit sort of stemmed from that. It wasn't a snack company. It was just me wanting to be healthier, and the people that followed me joined me on a journey, or used to ask me, how did I lose that weight and how did I get fit? Now, years on, we have 26 products on the shelves, and it's turned into an actual brand now that sells really well here. So it works in favor of each other. That Fade Fit pushes me as well to keep getting fit. Like I haven't trained in a couple of weeks actually, because I've been working and just traveling a lot, and I feel like down. I feel like I need to hit that gym. I just messaged my trainer now, said I'll be back there tomorrow, and we restart to get Fade Fit again.
Wow, that's awesome. And you know what? I remember when I was in school, you used to come to all the schools, and you'd help the children of determination, and then you're helping kids.
Yep.
You do lots of things in life. What genuinely makes your life fulfilling?
I just think making people happy, and that's why on the show every morning with like Pretty and Rossi, like there are so many people that are just driving to work and they're maybe stressed or they're going through their own issues, but those 20 minutes to 4 hours that they're listening to us or following me on Instagram or whatever it is, if I can put a smile on your face or just make you rethink something, sometimes that fulfills me. There's nothing better than making someone else feel happy. And sometimes it doesn't cost a thing. It doesn't mean I'm giving them money. It's more about just, understanding each other, and everyone's going through their own issues and own problems. And it's just an understanding of each other and a making each other feel comfortable with one another, you know. And I'm always happy to be able to help someone where I can.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's such a beautiful way to live life. And you're an open book. I mean, you show everything. And
Yep.
it gets people more personal with you. But is there something that you haven't shown, that nobody knows about you, that you could tell me right here on the mic?
I've got an ingrown toenail right now, which is killing me. No one knows that. But no, not really, man. Everything else is pretty much open. You know, the reason why our show is so successful and what I do is I share pretty much everything. So, you know, if you got to understand that if you want to be in this type of work, be it a quote unquote influencer or a radio presenter or a reality TV person or whatever it is, you got to be prepared to show everything. And that's not an easy thing to do. It doesn't come easy, believe me. But you need to make that choice. And some people don't want to make that choice, and that's great for them. Some people decide to do that. For me, I love being able to share what we do and what I do every day because I know it changes and helps people every single day because I receive hundreds of messages every day about thank you for doing this or thanks for showcasing that and made it easier for me to get through something.
100%. And Kris, so you've been doing radio for decades now.
Yep.
And now we're doing this Chosen One.
Yep.
And this is such an amazing journey. We've learned so much already.
Yep.
And so what is some advice you can give to me about being a radio sensation, especially when you're on the show for 4 hours in the morning, constantly talking, which is not as easy as it sounds, right? Like you have to think of new ideas and new topics, keep the people listening.
Yep.
Even after the songs, you have to keep listening. So what advice could you give me about that?
You just got to be real. Okay, you got to get into this not wanting to become famous, not becoming rich, and don't try to be funny. Those three things. Don't try to become rich out of this, don't try to become famous, and don't try to be funny. You force any of those three, none of them will happen.
They can sense it, can't they?
Yep, and that's what most of the people get into this job for, or get onto social media, or do it because they want to become rich, they want to be famous, and then they try to also be funny up there. You got to be real. So you may not be that funny type of person, and that's okay. You can find another way of expressing content and doing things that doesn't need to be funny, right? And so, yeah, that you just get into this knowing that it's a journey, and it's not going to happen overnight, and you're not going to be this overnight sensation TikToker. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. Find your own path and just enjoy the process, and don't get in it to be famous.
I want to talk more about this, but I'm mindful of time. And I want to ask you about your success story.
Yep.
Was it a straight line going forward, or did you have your ups and downs? I'm sure you had those ups and downs.
Yeah, ups and downs every day. Ups and downs today. Ups and downs yesterday. It's never going to be up. It's no way. There's always going to be down times and high times, and you got to ride that wave. So when things are great, you roll with it. Our industry is very tough. There's not many jobs that we can go to. If I was to get fired tomorrow, it's not like I've got an accountant degree or I'm a digital content creator or I'm an architect and there's thousands of jobs for me to go to apply to. There's probably 5 and they're probably taken. Wow. So there's a lot of pressure in what I do as well. I've got to make sure that I'm always delivering what we got to do. And it's not easy waking up at 4 o'clock every morning. Done that for the last 16 years. It's not great. And when you're having bad days, like we all have bad days, guess what you have to do? You can't call up and say, oh, I'm not feeling well today. I'm sick. You just get up and you go do it. You know, and that's one of the things that you ride with. You got to ride those moments out. When I found out my auntie and my uncle committed suicide at the same time together, it was 2 hours before I had to go live on the radio. I went on the radio.
Wow. And
I turned it on because this is what I do for a profession. I do this for a job. So I had to turn on. I can't just call up and say, hey, I've got really bad news, guys. I'm sorry, I can't come in. Like, that's not what this job is about. This job is about delivering all the time, no matter how you feel. I got off a flight yesterday. I've had 2.5 hours sleep. I would have loved just to go, you know what, guys, I'm not feeling it today. This is show business. We get in there, we get it done. And at the same time, we have fun doing it.
Do you use an alarm, by the way?
Yeah, I use an alarm every day.
Okay, and your body is kind of a bit adjusted to that. It wakes up.
Kind of. You never get easy. I wake up at 4:20 in the morning. It's not easy. your body does not adjust to doing that every day. It's not normal
Yeah.
for yourself to wake up. Sometimes I wake up just before the alarm. Sometimes the alarm wakes me up. But we get in and we get it done. And it's fun. You know what I mean? It's a fun life, and it's a career that everybody wants to do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have no more time. Thank you, Kris Fade, for the interview, and I'll catch you all next time on Virgin Radio 104.4.